stroll around heaven all day.
Man, I cannot believe it took all night to free those guys. Honestly, I was joking when I said that ladders don't exist anymore, but it turns out that might be more accurate than I thought. Hey, I'm back, finally.
Nelson's back in our hands. I hope we can defend it this time.
You and me both.
I'm glad to see you here. We could definitely use your help.
Fuck that! I already helped you take back an entire town. I would end up taking your job as well if I keep going at this rate. Don't feel paranoid about that, by the way, because as far as I'm concerned, you can give me all of Vegas and I still wouldn't leave this particular outpost. You might want to send the doctor over there now. There was only so much I could do for the injured with a piece of rag and a bottle of vodka.
The initial reports have come back already. Excellent work. This will buy us a lot of breathing room to get back on our feet here. Now we can actually try to strengthen our forces along the river and prepare for the upcoming battle at Hoover Dam. You have my thanks. We owe you a lot.
Hell yes you owe me. Do you have any idea how long it takes to chop down a telegraph pole with a rusty machete? Cause I sure do now. I was gonna bring you back Dead Sea's balls as well, but my colleagues were rather disturbed by that. And here's a thought, how about we try to secure that place with more than just 3 guys? You need more people just to get rid of the bodies. I know it's not easy securing 2 places at the same time with no reinforcements, but it's worth trying at least.
It's no picnic, I'll tell you that much. My troops are out here every day dying for the NCR, but they've left us out to dry. We have no men or supplies, and we're stretched too thin trying to guard the entire river. If the brass back home could get their heads out of their asses long enough to send support, we could turn this all around.
Well, that's something you're gonna have to tell your superiors. I'm just here to shoot people and bitch about things. Well, unless you're planning to kill Caesar right now, which I would totally join in, I'm gonna leave you guys now. And I swear, if I hear on the radio that you lost Nelson again in the next couple of days, I will find you. Hate to say this, but your boys deserve better.
Watch yourself out there.
Considering the stuff I'm planning to do later, I don't really think that applies. Suffice to say, it involves thoroughly ruining a checkered suit, the methods of which you would not approve. But it's okay, I don't really give a shit what you think. Come on, Boone, let's go. And who is this?
Hey, you're not one of the troopers. Got a second? I have work I need done and nobody here at the camp has the time or inclination to help me out.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, forget what I just said, Major. Looks like I'll be taking your job after all. Alright, so what do you do then? If it involves castrating legionaries, then I'm interested.
I handle communications for Camp Forlorn Hope.
Oh dear.
Compiling reports I've received from the Rangers at Camp Golf as well as the brass at McCarran. Unofficially, I'm also in charge of radio security. No one else seems to take it as seriously as I do.
No offense, lady, but after literally sweating adrenaline with that fight last night, radio communications feels a bit of a letdown. Let me guess, does this work consist of sitting down and writing things on a piece of paper all day long?
I have the delightful task of tabulating stockpiles, kill ratios, mission success rates, radiation deaths, and other truly fascinating numbers.
Thought so.
I've come across numerous inconsistencies between our numbers and our reports, especially with regards to intercepting hostiles. I'm wondering if our radio security codes have been compromised. I need someone to deliver security code upgrades to each of the ranger stations.
Wait, we're back to courier work again, aren't we? Christ, I know it wasn't exactly a glamorous job, but this is starting to feel like a ball and chain around my fucking ankle. And there was me thinking getting shot in the head would be a good career move, but here I am, still doing the same thing as before, only with an added twist of information leak.
Less than a third of reported enemy sightings are getting intercepted. Either our intel is faulty, or our enemies are one step ahead of us.
Whatever you say, woman. You can sugarcoat it all you like, but I'm still just an errand boy to you guys, aren't I? But work like this is a bit too critical to give to civilians, isn't it? Doesn't the NCR care about espionage? Hell, do they even know what the word means?
I've been trying to get someone to authorize this update, or at the least get field clearance to leave the camp and do this myself. But nobody takes me seriously. They just think I'm an incompetent desk jockey trying to glamorize the importance of my job.
Oh man, that's not a smart thing to do. That's exactly the kind of frustration that would eventually lead to someone shooting his or her boss and co-workers in the face. I hope you're selective about that and give the NCR a bit of a pruning before they take you down. So, any particular reason why I can't just sell these to the highest bidder?
The security codes are unique to the radios at each ranger station. They're useless anywhere else.
Ah, but that doesn't mean the buyers would know that. You'd be surprised how often people get conned using this method. It's not my fault you don't fully understand the merchandise before you bought it. Well, if any of these stations are on my way to the strip, I'll consider making a small detour.
This holotape contains the updated security codes for the ranger stations. Show it to the comm officers there. Once the new codes are in use, anyone still using the old codes will just hear static if they're listening in on our frequencies.
At which point they'll just try and crack the new codes. This cycle is gonna keep going forever until I find the problem at the source, but that would cost you extra. Assuming you were planning to pay me to begin with, I'm really not expecting anything better from you guys anymore.
Bye.
Yep, you hear that, Boone? She's not even gonna try to deny it. One thing I'll say for the NCR, you guys are definitely honest when it comes to not paying. And consistent while we're on the subject. When I find Benny, I expect the entire fucking army to go after him. That's what I call proportionate rewarding. After all, we're talking about one guy here. Just one. How many have I killed in the name of the Great Bear already? More than I can or care to count. Ah, Eddie's back. Did Ranger Milo sleep well last night amid the gunfire and the explosions? He must have, considering how he didn't help whatsoever until after the killing already stopped. Oh yes, please. I'd like to hear what he has to say for himself regarding the hostages. So much for taking them out. Begin playback.
I have to admit, I didn't think you could do it. Guess that makes me the sap and you the hero. I'm not authorized to pay for contract work, but here's something for the effort, and I'll make sure everyone hears about what you did. Thanks.
Wait, what did he mean, a little something? Did he shove caps into your storage compartment?
Nelson's back in our hands. I hope we can defend it this time.
Nah, I'll give it about a week. Nah, I'm more shocked that he actually paid me something. You know, I'll be even happier if I can dislodge them out of you. Yeah, I'll do that along with that pistol next time we're near a workbench. But in the meantime, can we please head towards Boulder City now? What the hell? That first station is literally right outside the camp. Are we seriously saying that she couldn't even make it that far? Do radio operators not get lunch breaks or something? It's literally a stroll away. Christ, I'm telling you right now, the NCR is not ruled by the people or even the president. It's ruled by the bitch known as bureaucracy. That's why they need us so much. We can actually operate outside the box. I bet that's why they were gonna shoot those hostages too. Not because of any strategic values, but because paperwork said this is the standard procedure. So follow it, bitches.
Mercy killing's a last resort.
Well, that ranger clearly didn't think so.
Glad you recognized we had options.
To be fair though, the other option involved taking back an entire town. You owe me so many favors for that, by the way. Our agreement was to free the hostages in exchange for your silence back at Helios 1. That agreement did not involve even half the shit I had to do in Forlorn Hope. In other words, I've still got you where I want you. In any case, my goal right now revolves around killing Benny and killing legionaries, so at least half the time we're definitely on the same page. Hell, if it turns out Benny is working with the legionaries, that would be Christmas coming early for both of us. But anyway, why don't they have a single easily accessible path connecting this station to Forlorn Hope? Or better yet, why didn't we have rangers from this station helping us take back Nelson? Whoever was in charge of the paperwork needs to desperately fuck off. Well, here we are. Although, is it me or is this place a little understaffed? Where the hell is everyone? I heard that rangers are mysterious, but this is ridiculous. They can't still all be in bed, surely. It's nearly 7. That's like lunchtime to you soldiers. Oh good, there are actually 2 rangers here. And there are only 2 mattresses. Bloody hell, if the Major thought his camp was undermanned, wait till he sees this place. Excuse me?
I'm not supposed to let civilians just walk around this place. There better be a good reason for you being here.
Well, no offense, but if you don't want random people coming in here, then you should have someone guarding the road. Besides, after everything I've done for the NCR, I think I deserve a little more respect than simply another civilian. Anyway, what's your job around here? Telling people like me to fuck off?
I'm in charge of the radio, hence the title Comm Officer. I'd much rather be out on patrol since nothing much happens around here.
Well, something's about to happen now. It's not exactly a thrill ride, but I need you to update your code with this thing. This came from Forlorn Hope, by the way. I didn't make this. So, if you find a gratuitous amount of pornography stored in there, then blame the radio operator there, not me.
Very well. You can tell Reyes that this station is secure.
You know what? Why don't you just take a short stroll over to Forlorn Hope and tell her personally? Or better yet, why not just radio her instead? You guys expect me to do everything. Well, guess what? The people back home want to see their tax money well spent, especially if it's for you rangers, which I assume get paid more for whatever it is you do.
Well, when there's trouble regular NCR troops can't handle, they send in a ranger. Problem solved. We're also responsible for keeping the borders of the NCR secure, scouting out threats, that sort of thing.
In that case, I have to wonder yet again, where the hell were you guys last night? We had to take back a town with just 5 guys and a small robot. Now, to say that we were the underdogs in that situation would be today's nomination for Understatement of the Year. But of course, I bet you guys didn't even know about it. Well, keep up whatever it is you do. I need to update codes elsewhere.
Sir?
So these are the Rangers people keep talking about. I'm not convinced. I mean, you can tell me there's special forces reserved for major offenses, but if taking back Nelson isn't major enough for them, then what the fuck are they waiting for? In fact, now that I think about it, why didn't that Ranger Milo guy take out the hostages himself? Actually, who am I kidding? He wanted a civilian to do his dirty work. That's the sort of shit I expect a member of an organized crime family to come up with. Next thing we know, he's asking me to ferry around products. Well, I wouldn't actually mind that as long as he doesn't mind some of the products to mysteriously disappear. Oh good, a sign. I'm sure Legion spies would appreciate that. But then again, I highly doubt they wouldn't know the location of something they've been trying to take all this time. Or something as fucking massive as that. Holy shit! That's it then?
The big one. The one the NCR is trying to hold on to, that the Legion's pushing for.
Oh no, I'm looking at a different dam. Yes, I can see it's big for goodness sake. And yes, I know it's important, as if you guys haven't drilled that fact into my brain yet.
Whole war depends on holding it.
As opposed to holding places like Nelson, which is just a little side dish compared to the main course. I dare you to say that to the Major. Let him know that his troops are dying just to give the guys at the dam a little breathing space. Now there's a conversation that won't go down too well. Incidentally, that was another entry for today's nomination of Understatement of the Year. Besides, now that the Legion is crossing the river, they could potentially flank the dam whenever they want. In fact, the NCR doesn't even need a camp outside places like Prim anymore now that the prison is down. They need to reinforce Nelson on the double. Get me, I'm like a fucking general. Who's in charge of this operation? Cause I could be gunning for his job next. Oh, no reason. Just want to prove that this whole war could be over in fucking weeks if the guy in charge can actually outwit a gecko. And that's not an invitation to start dragging me towards more fucked up NCR camps so I can start helping for free again. What the hell, is this Boulder City? There's nothing left of this place. Replace the word Boulder with rubble and the name might actually make some bloody sense. I hope we're not walking straight into Ground Zero or something similar, because as cool as it might sound, I suspect growing a third arm would lead towards unforeseen problems. You would have to make an extra sleeve on each of your shirt for a start. Oh, thank God there's a way in. I was not looking forward to climbing over the debris, especially not with this bag I'm carrying. Oh, for goodness sake, how could anyone who spent more than a couple of days in this region not know where the dam is by this point? But, more urgently, what the hell happened here? Don't tell me the Great Khans passed through this area and decided to let off some steam. Heh, another day and another settlement destroyed. Welcome to New Vegas! I wasn't actually thinking about looting this place, but thanks for reminding me.